let's start with the Toronto Sceptres. Unreal in the power play last season, but unfortunately for them, deja vu in the playoffs as they come up against the Minnesota Frost once again and fall short. What do you expect from them this year?
I don't think Toronto is going to fall off completely. Like, will they be the second best team in the PWHL? Maybe not, but that probably has more to do with the fact that Montreal is going to be good again. Vancouver, Seattle, those are going to be good teams. We can get to them later. But I'm not expecting massive regression. I think we can expect some, given the players that they lost. They lose a ton of offense from Hannah Miller, who was great on the power play, great with Daryl Watts last season. You lose Sarah Nurse, you lose a young player, Julia Gosling, Izzy Daniel. She was one of my favorites, even though she didn't really pop last season. I think she has a ton of promise. So you lose some of that, like, eye-popping skill, so to speak. But the Scepters still have Daryl Watts, who is the second most productive player all time in the PWHL behind Marie-Philippe Poulin. And they have two, in my opinion, by my calculus, two of the top 5 defenders in the sport, potentially playing on 2 different pairs. So on any given shift, you're either going to have Renata Fast, who, for my money, is the best defender in the world when we're looking at the complete package, coming out at you 25 minutes a game. Then the other 20 minutes, you're going to have Ella Shelton, who's a top 5D, great two-way impact. So I think the D depth is a real strength of this roster. There are some questions with new goaltenders. Elaine Chuli was great in relief of Anne-Renee Desbiens in Montreal, still maybe a little bit unproven as a number 1 or a 1A, 1B in the PWHL. But obviously the Scepters believe that that's going to be an upgrade in the crease with Chuli and Reagan Kirk over Kristen Campbell. So I'm actually feeling quite optimistic about the Toronto Scepters. I think it's devastating to lose somebody like Sarah Nurse and Hannah Miller, but this roster and this core is still pretty solid. And you're going to have a healthy Natalie Spooner, Blair Turnbull. Maggie Connors has looked unreal in camp. Like, they were doing 3-on-3 at the end of a scrimmage, and she went through everyone, bar down. I was like, okay, like she's got something this year. So there's, I think, a lot to like about the Scepters.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, just about Ella Shelton, like that was an unreal ad. But I think for me, like I'm really interested to see what Natalie Spooner's season's going to look like after obviously coming back from that injury last season. I think she looked great at the rivalry series. I think she kind of looked like herself. We saw her, parked in front of the net again, as Natalie Spooner does. Yeah, what do you expect from her this season?
I think this is the first summer where Natalie Spooner has been healthy and just been able to train. Because if we consider the fact that she was just coming back from like a postpartum, I don't want to call it injury, but like some complications from postpartum, like she had some stuff she needed to take a break from before the first PWHL season. Like, she was the leading scorer and 1 MVP and 1 player forward of the year. Like, she was the best player in the league, and she didn't even train all summer. So I'm really excited to see what like healthy 100% back at it Natalie Spooner is going to look like. I agree, Chris. I thought she looked good at rivalry. I thought her and Sarah Fillier looked good together specifically, which is maybe more of a Team Canada thing than the Toronto Scepters. But I'm excited. I think Spooner is going to be a huge part of this Scepters team, and being able to retain her this summer was great. Like, they obviously lucked into the fact that she was a free agent, so they didn't have to protect her, and then she just re-signed with the team. So I think having Spooner back and healthy is going to be great. And everyone around the team has said that there's like, she's back and there's a huge difference. Like, you can just tell that things are going to be different this year for Natalie Spooner in Toronto.